Dracula, 1931. I have not read or seen the stage play that most of the Dracula films appear to be based on, but I'm going to guess that this is a pretty close adaptation. The number of characters are pared down significantly, and at the expense of Harker's character, Renfield's insanity is given an actual cause. Dracula. One thing you gotta say about the old Universal horror pics, they had staying power. It seems to me that most Draculas and Dracula knockoffs from here on were heavily influenced by the man himself, Bela Lugosi. This Dracula was kind of spooky, but you could buy him passing as a secluded, eccentric foreign nobleman. He was a villain, but seemed mostly to simply see himself as higher on the food chain than others, and so human morality didn't matter to him. He seemed to gravitate to Lucy initially because she had a bit of poetry in her. Mina just seemed to be the next item on the menu. Harker. I know I'm supposed to be rooting for this guy, or at least pitying the skeptic, but Harker pisses me off in this one. I could swear he saw the same thing Van Helsing did with Dracula not casting a reflection, but he's got his head so far up his English butt that he's just counterproductive the entire movie. At one point he says something about taking Mina with him to London, threatening Seward to call the police if he didn't relent, which is odd, since Seward is her father and Harker is not married to her, so he has no rights in this case. Or do I not understand the 1800s British legal system? Mina. Mina seems only marginally more developed in this movie than Lucy was, in that they give her a relationship to the other characters. She's still engaged to Harker, but now she's Dr. Seward's daughter. She doesn't stick out much as a character, but one can presume she's a typical good girl of the day, so her behavior, once she falls under the Count's influence, can be jarring. Her intense stare at Harker's neck was very well done, which also helped show off his complete obliviousness. Like when he's swatting at the bat, ignoring the fact that Mina has begun talking to herself. Seward. In this version, Dr. Seward is Mina's father, and I suppose Lucy's suitor still? He's sort of a plot device in that he's the one who calls in Van Helsing, the actual hero of the story, and he provides a way to get Renfield into the story as well. After that, he seems to just be there for people to bounce their theories off of. Lucy. Strictly cannon fodder. I don't think they even bothered to kill her after she became a vampire. She was there just to show how high the stakes were, no pun intended, in the battle for Mina's life and soul. They did, however, give her a bit of dialogue that made her a target for Dracula beyond her just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Renfield. He sort of takes the place of Harker, as it is he, not Jonathan, who goes to Dracula's castle. This serves to provide an actual explanation for his Dracula-centric insanity. Throughout most of the film, he's just sort of the creepy dude who has a clue that something is rotten in Denmark, but at the end he proves invaluable in that he leads our heroes right to Dracula's doorstep. Van Helsing, the true hero of the film, presumably of the play, which is why he's the hero of almost every movie after this. Van Helsing's characterization is fairly consistent throughout the films, as is his relationship to the other characters. He's smart, except for the classic gaffe of telling the villain he's onto him, strong-willed, and brave. Your typical hero, save that he's also older than everyone else. Heroes are often young.